Call the member for Menzies.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. This is an interesting debate because no reason whatsoever has been advanced. We're now past the point where this House would have normally concluded for the night. We're now past the point where the adjournment debate would have been over. And yet no reason has been advanced by the government why this vote needs to be brought on tonight. And I say to the honourable member for Windsor, who made a comment that I didn't quite hear all of, and the member for Denison and others, the member for Mr Crook, there's no reason why this debate needs to extend tonight, because firstly, no mischief has been made out in terms of this bill whatsoever. The minister suddenly tonight introduces amendments to this House, and I've been here for 21 years. It's unprecedented, and I say this genuinely. It's unprecedented. No, it's not a conspiracy, my learned friend. It's not a conspiracy, but I'll say this. It is unprecedented in over 2 decades of being in this place that a minister has come in here and moved amendments and hasn't stood up at that dispatch box and explained why the government was moving the amendments. And we have not yet heard tonight why the amendments that are being moved by the government are so important. 9 amendments. We've had a cursory at best explanation in response to what I said and other people said on this side as to why there should be amendments. And I say to the people in this chamber, if debate in this chamber means anything, to the member for Windsor and the honourable member for Denison, if debate in this place means anything, then surely this chamber should have an explanation as to what these amendments are at the outset, not some hurried explanation after I've spoken now because of the embarrassment of the government, some explanation as to why these amendments are necessary. That's the first point. The second point is there's been no mischief made out by this government about this bill. And I challenge everybody in this chamber to say, in terms of their local communities, what is the mischief from their charities and not-for-profits that this bill requires? What is it? I have not heard it. There is a deafening silence as to why this bill is so important, and even more so why it's so important that this bill be passed tonight. Indeed, the lack of consultation with the charitable sector in relation to this bill is quite significant. Now, this is a government that has already employed 90 staff, according to the media reports, 90 staff in terms of this commission, without any legislative authority from this parliament. And are we just going to say tonight, are we just going to say as the House of Representatives, we're just going to wave all this through without any due consultation, without any due consideration of this matter? What, am I about to be gagged on an important matter? Am I about to be gagged on something that goes—
Member of Menzies will resume his seat. Member for Menzies will resume his seat. The member for Menzies will resume his seat. The member for Menzies does not have the call. Member for Menzies does not have the call.